Hey all, welcome to the channel. Today we're gonna see 17 most important nodes, or we can call it core nodes of n8n. So automation has become a fundamental pillar for business and creators who want to scale operations without expanding workload. And among all the rapidly growing automation platforms, n8n stands out for its flexibility, modular design, and deep integration capabilities. But what truly unlocks its power is understanding the core nodes that drive complex automation logic. In this video, I will walk you through all these 17 essential nodes, explaining their purpose. Whether you are building simple workflows or designing fully autonomous systems, these nodes form the backbone of reliable automation. Let's get started. The first node, schedule trigger. Let me double click this. Schedule trigger node allows workflow to execute on predefined intervals. It can be hourly, daily, weekly, or through advanced custom cron job configurations. This turns n8n into hands-free automation engine, perfect for recurring tasks like data sync, reporting, reminders, or maintenance job. So when you can exactly use this? While you are automating daily reports, running cleanup scripts, syncing data overnight, you want all these things to happen or trigger AI workflow periodically. In those scenarios, you can add or you can use this. A pro tip I would like to give you. So please double check your time zone settings just to avoid off schedule runs, right? It can be different time zones. You can configure them as well based on your n8n instance. Let's move on to the second node, which is event trigger. So in event triggers, you see a lot of examples. There are many more. I have listed few of them here. What exactly event trigger node means? So we have different nodes like Gmail trigger, Slack trigger, calendar trigger that allows workflow to run automatically when something happened in your connected apps, like receiving an email or a Slack message or a chat message. Why do they matter? So it turns n8n into dynamic responsive system rather than something that only runs on schedule. The best use case for event trigger is instantly responding to customer emails. As soon as the email arrived, you need to perform some action. So that is the best use case, one of the best use case. Logging Slack messages or monitoring CRM updates. So these are few of the use cases where you can leverage event triggers. Moving on to sub workflows. Sub workflows let you call one workflow from another, passing data between them. These are essential for reusability, cleaner architecture, and easier collaboration. The typical use case would be building reusable send notification modules or centralized formatting or validation logic, reducing repeated node configuration. So this is kind of an n8n version of building function or a reusable module. So if I click here, execute workflow, it will give me the list to choose from my available list of workflows, and I can choose from them. Then we have split out node. Split out node converts an array into individual items, enabling granular processing. For instance, an API might return 200 contacts. Split out lets you treat each contact separately. This is perfect for sending personalized emails, processing spreadsheet rows one by one, handling AI generated lists one at a time. So you can split your lists and then work upon those items. Then we have a fifth node, which is aggregate. So consider aggregate opposite of split out. It aggregates, it groups multiple items into a single structure object. This is ideal for batch APIs, summaries, or grouped reporting. So it aggregates. Split out, the previous node which we have seen, it splits the item and it aggregates, or it combines, or it groups the items. So while you are creating arrays for bulk API updates, summarizing financial or analytical data, generating grouped reports, that time you can leverage this node. The next node is edit fields. Edit field node was also formerly known as set node. It is the control center for restructuring, renaming, formatting, or creating new fields inside your workflow data. You can use it for cleaning your messy API responses, creating calculated fields and stuff like that. You can basically as a formatter for your external system. So this is most frequently used node in n8n. So please pay attention to this and try exploring this as well. The next node that we have is if node. It's a node for conditional logic for if and else statements. So for example, if you want in your workflow, if you want to have a branching logic, for example, based on certain condition, checking values. So for example, if age is greater than 18, do this. If age is less than 18, do that. So in these kind of scenarios, you can use if conditional logic node. So it's ideal for filtering records, validation of the records, error routing. The next node is switch node. If gives you two paths, with respect to that, it gives you unlimited paths. So for example, it's designed for routing item based on categories, roles, event, or status codes. So you get unlimited paths to navigate. In if you get just two, right? Compared to that, in switch you get unlimited. So handling different order types, routing leads to the team, processing events by categories. These are the kind of use cases you can use switch node for. Then we have ninth node, which is code node, where when built-in features fall short and you need code in your workflow, in your automation. So then code node lets you execute custom JavaScript code to transform data with full control. There is also an option available for Python, that is it's still in beta, but you can use JavaScript and Python code within your workflow automation. So it is best for your advanced JSON transformation, complex calculation, filtering with multiple conditions, or restructuring API payloads. So wherever you feel the need of a code, that's where you use this node. So in developer community, we call it as like it's an escape hatch for advanced users. Now coming to 10th node, which is HTTP request. So the HTTP request node is ultimate integration tool. If an app has an API, even a private one, you can connect to it using this node. So example is like fetching data from external applications which support REST APIs, posting data to CRM, triggering cloud functions, pulling AI model responses. Any use case where you want to communicate to your external data via APIs, then via endpoints, this is the node that helps you with all these kind of use cases. Then we have looping, concept of loop. So when you want to iterate over many items, right? For example, when an API impose rate limit or strict sequencing, it enables controlled item by item processing. For example, you have 10 records to iterate and you want to process all those 10 records one by one, right? Sequentially. So in that case, you will loop over the items. You will use loop over item node to do that. And you will do a batch processing accordingly. So let's say you have a use case of sending email one at a time. Let's say you have 10 different users. You need to loop over them one by one and then process some data and then send the email. Then loop will be used here. Scraping websites safely one by one, handling 1,000+ API requests without failure. So all these cases are suitable for using loop node. The next node we will cover is 12 and 13, which is nodes related to webhook. So these two nodes let you turn your n8n into fully functional API server. Webhooks receive external data, respond to webhook, sends back a custom response. It receives and it responds back. So the scenarios would form submissions, payment confirmation. So there is no trigger, but there is a continuous polling you do and there's a webhook, right? It fetches that information. So custom integration, real-time two-way API communication. So whatever you cannot do through a trigger, there you can write a webhook. So it will, at regular interval, it will keep on polling and fetching the status of that particular information or for that particular record. Next node is tool. Tool act as an ability that the AI agent can use. For example, sending email, calling API, running workflows, querying databases, and many more. It is an example of how the available options you can use as a tooling. We will see AI agent node there. I will also cover tool concept a little more. So you can just think of it as an independent functionality that is available in a form of a tool, in a form of a component. Let's say email tool, research tool, subflow caller, anything can act as a tool in such cases. AI, when you are building AI agents, so agent needs tool. I mean, that's how it helps you in your autonomous operations. So the next node is structured output parser. This node ensures your LLM output always follow a strict JSON structure. It validates and parses AI responses, prevents inconsistent or malformed output. So you can structure your output. It is ideal for multi-field AI responses or AI agent and API integrations or AI generated reports or objects. You can maybe structure your JSON response and then parse it. So all that logic you can have it here. All that control you can do using this node. Then we have node 16, which is Google Sheet. As the name suggests, I mean, people call it as a universal database also. So the Google Sheet node is the default database for many workflow due to its flexibility, accessibility, and real-time visibility. We can use it for storing data, any leads data, any automation logs, anything about workflow status maintenance or reporting dashboards, any data that you want to store in a Excel sheet or a spreadsheet, and then you want to play around with that data. Those things you can do using Google Sheets, including this node will be very helpful for you to perform that kind of actions in your automation. And then we have a 17th node, which is AI agent node. The AI agent node brings in the LLM model, tool, structure, output parser, memory, all these concepts together. Like this here, what you see is an automation feed AI agent. That agent has access to a model, that agent has access to a memory, then a tool and a structured output parser. So what it is doing, it is taking some input from a Telegram chat, giving to the agent. Then agent will, based on the logic that we define, it will query to a model. Here you can change the model. Currently it's open router I have selected. You can change and configure, like to use OpenAI, Gemini, Claude, or any other LLM that is available within an n8n platform. Then memory you can use, and then tool, code, and then tool as like here it is a code tool. It can be anything like send email tool also you can use. There are many other tools available, pre-built tools available in n8n. You can configure them and use them as a tool for your agent. So once the processing is done, at the end, whatever action you need to take, that node you can call. For example, here it is just sending an email once everything is done. So in n8n, the component of your AI agent are model, LLM, memory, tool, and tool output parser, structured output parser. So that's all for all the 17 nodes. Mastering these 17 nodes transforms n8n from a simple automation tool into a full-fledged automation operations platform. With this toolkit, you can build intelligent AI agents, robust data pipelines, system-to-system integrations, real-time automation, scalable business process automations. So whether you're building business process automations, AI workflow automations, or production-grade integrations, these nodes form the backbone of every powerful action or a workflow or an automation that you build in n8n. So we are covering, n8n is one such platform. We are covering 5 such tools and platform that help you build AI automation and end-to-end automations as part of our bootcamp. Please feel free to have a look and see if that interests you. I'll mention the link in the description. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.